Hi, I'm David. Welcome to our brand new product, DC Snares. It's effectively built to make unique and powerful snares with ease, but it can do so much more. Let me take you through it. So this is what DC Snares looks like when you first load it up. You have 4 sound slots, a waveform display with editable pitch and amp envelopes. You have an overall waveform display that updates in real time, an output limiter, a pitchable snare roll keyboard that you can play divisions on, and an advanced mode where you can get to all the other functions. Firstly, to get going, you can load any of the internal sounds. We've got 7+ hundred sounds. We've got a bunch of acoustic sounds made from our acoustic kits. You've got a bunch of chops. You've also got some cinematic sounds. You've got some claps and snaps. Really demonstrating the versatility, and it's not just all about snares. You've got all the classic snare sounds you would ever hope to find from old sources, let's say. We've got a bunch of really cool cymbals that we've made for you. And all my fantastic snares from my wonderful collection of drum machines. You can really find anything in these sounds. Some great electronic custom-made sounds for you. Some cool experimental sounds. We've got some really great layers. Just to give you total flexibility, some cool vinyl sounds in there as well. All kinds of kicks. Snares and piattis. And some rims. And a bunch of world sounds that I've kind of put together in my travels around the world. You've also got a really cool synth engine here. So we can go to a sine wave, we can pitch it down, and I just love making basses. Now, these are our insert effects. These are our master sounds, our bus effects, our master effects as well. They're all custom made, and you can apply 14 different effects. You can reach for more of them in these menus to each sound slot. So here, just in my sine wave, I turn on our resonator, our saturator. You can reorder any of the effects, which are really, really cool. We've also got a pitchable noise and white noise too, which is really cool for shaping your own sounds. Now, if choosing from the internal sound slots or the internal sounds and the synth engine's not enough, you can, of course, just come back to default. You can, of course, drag and drop your own sounds. So here I've got a bunch of house snares from my library. I can drag them into whichever sound slot I like, and now I'm just playing those snares. You can assign different effects to each sound slot. So here I'm going to put the transient, add a little bit of length. These are all custom-made sounds. My favorite is probably, or the most authentic or unique, I should say, is the sizzler, which is designed to replicate how a snare sounds in a live room. Depending upon different wires attached to the snares. It's really, really cool. So if I can just turn it on, you've got pitch, length. It's really cool because really can make anything, and different types of rooms or wires. You can come into any of the other sound slots, put whatever sounds you want on them. Let's say I get a saturator, high pass filter here. Say I want a little bit of saturation and some transient here. You can then also just pull in, as one of the things that I really like to do when making sounds is add pitchable noise. So here's the pitch, the noise. I'm going to go to the pitch envelope, and this is one of the things that's an integral part of my snare design, is being able to change the way the pitch responds. And these envelopes are super responsive. I can send a little bit off to the bus end. I can put some compression on this layer just so it's not so loud. Yeah, really cool. Now, one of the things I really love about DC Snares is the ability to see this waveform update in real time. That's something I've not seen in any other plugin. So if I put the compressor on, I don't think I've ever seen the ability to see what an attack is doing to a transient in real time in a plugin. Also, the gate is really cool too, because you can kind of play with the release and get these really cool visual responses. We've got these great envelopes as well. You can pretty much assign them to most things. and you can assign them to different sound slots as well. You can assign them to the bus sends, you can assign them to the masters and so forth, and you get this really great modulation matrix that you can change the amounts to right in the box. There's that limiter you can drive right into. You can do anything with DC Snares. As I mentioned, there's also an amp envelope, which is really cool. You can make your own crazy shapes. You can copy the sound and the insert effects. You can paste them to something else. It's really super customizable. Also, don't forget you've got the edit page where you can come in, you can change the start and end points, you can actually reverse any of the sounds. Let's have a look at some of the master presets. That gives us a really good overview of what DC Snares is capable of. Okay, first up is the acoustic category, which is basically inspired by acoustic kits. We've got a bass, booms and bap sections, which show a kind of another side of DC Snares. Some really nice kicks in here. Better than a 9/0 kick I've written. Some really cool bass sounds. We've also got cinematic. We've got some great claps, cymbals and snaps. Yeah, huge selection there. We've got the classic electronic too. Really nice genre-based, you know, you can come into electronic and you can say, okay, cool, let's look for some grime snares. Yeah, really cool snares, a great variety of electronic sounds, some great experimental sounds. I like making tunes from some of these sounds, you know, there's even, you know, the classic old Play Me Like a Rave. Got some nice simple sounds for you to kind of use as basic building blocks. They're really cool. Some sound design category. Lots of stuff in there and some great world sounds too. And if all of that's not enough, just click Randomiser. And you start to get a full range of what DC Snares is capable of with a really cool name generator tool. Finally, it can't be missed, the way that you can play and pitch divisions is really cool. So you can see what I'm doing here on the keyboard. You can do it live, or you can actually just do it with the pitch bend, which is really cool. Yeah, you can just literally spend hours just running around and playing and performing anything. Hope you like DC Snares. Really looking forward to what you create with it. Here's a little video showing you every single sound, kicks, bass, everything you hear, including the effects and the modulation, all done within DC Snares. Thanks for watching.